Good morning students. Today we learn the working of LC filter. In previous lecture we have seen the inductor filter or series inductor filter and shunt capacitor filter. So all of you know about now how filtering process is done with the help of simple passive components like capacitor and inductor. So the basic property of this passive inductor passive components are used in a filter process. So for filtering process for capacitor, the basic property is it allows only AC components and it blocks the DC component, and inductor allows only DC component and it will blocks AC components. So these basic properties we are using in filtering process. Why filters are needed we have seen yesterday, because in rectifier we doesn't get pure DC. The DC comes from rectifier circuit is pulsating DC, which is not pure. It contains AC components inside it, so this is not pure DC. To achieve the pure DC we have designed the filter circuits with the help of passive components. And yesterday we have seen how capacitor filter is working with a rectifier, then how inductor filter is working with rectifier circuit so as to provide a pure DC at the output side. Now in this lecture we'll see there is a combination of inductor and capacitor is used. Inductor is connected in series and capacitor is connected in parallel. So combination of these both components is called as a LC filter. So there is a two resistors are used, RB resistor and RL resistor. This resistor is connected across capacitor, which is called as a bleeder resistor. Then it is used to maintain the continuous current which is flowing through the inductor L. And if current through L is not continuous, that is if it is interrupted, then large back EMF will be deposited across inductor L. That's why RB inductor is used in a circuit. Then this voltage may exceed PIV rating of diode and damage them. So to provide all this to protect all these things, we have used a bleeder resistor, RB resistor. Then load resistor is used to take the load voltage and load current reading, right? Then the formula for ripple factor with LC filter is given. Previously we have seen the ripple factor with capacitor filter and inductor filter. So while calculating the ripple factor with LC filter, we have to consider the values of inductor as well as capacitor. Then what are the advantages of LC filter? It will give very good voltage regulation. Voltage regulation means though there is a fluctuations in input voltage, it will provide a constant output voltage. Then ripple factor is low, means AC components present at the filter output, LC filter output is very low. So that's why we got some about near to DC voltage. Then this filter is suitable for light as well as heavy loads. Then this type of advantages, because of this type of advantages LC filter is used. Then disadvantages of this filter is it produces noise, then circuit is costly, filter is bulky, and bleeder resistor is required. Then we'll see the working of half wave rectifier with LC filter. So you can see the in circuit diagram the transformer is connected. At the primary of transformer 230 volt AC voltage is given. At the secondary of transformer, diode and inductor are connected in series, and capacitor is connected in parallel. Then bleeder resistor and load resistors are also connected in parallel with capacitor. Now bleeder resistor is used to maintain the continuous current which is flowing through the inductor. Also it will protect the diode to damage from surge current. So bleeder resistor is very important in a circuit. Then load resistor is used to take the voltage and current reading across the output of the rectifier and filter. Then below that the waveform is shown how AC ripples are removed from the rectifier circuit. The maximum cyclic portion is get removed from the output. so we will get the DC voltage at the output. So when positive cycle comes across the secondary of the transformer, diode D1 will turn off and it will passes the positive cycle at the output. So this cycle is passes towards inductor, and inductor allows only DC component from the rectified output, and remaining AC components is bypassed to the ground with the help of capacitor. So the DC component produced by the inductor is passed at the output of the filter. In this way the filter provides a DC output at the filter's output. In negative half cycle, diode remains turned off because it is in the reverse bias. So negative cycles gets rectified. So negative cycle is eliminated by this filter. So you can see that there is a DC voltage provided at the filter's output. Then for full wave rectifier, the 230 volt 50 hertz voltage is given to the primary of transformer. Then secondary of transformer is connected to the two diode with the help of center tap transformer. Then inductor is connected in series with the diode circuit, and capacitor, bleeder resistor and load resistor is connected in parallel with this circuit. So due to positive half cycle, diode D1 will turn off. It is goes into the forward bias. It will act as an on switch. At that time D2 is in reverse bias. It behaves like off switch. Positive half cycle get rectified through the diode, and it is passes towards the inductor L. So from rectified output, the only DC components is allowed by the inductor L, and remaining AC components is remaining AC components will goes towards the capacitor, and capacitor will bypasses this AC component to the ground. So in this way we will get the only DC components at the output side. So from a waveform you can see that the many of the ripple factors are removed with the help of filter. So we will get the DC voltage at the output. Then for negative half cycle, diode D2 will turn on. It will goes into forward bias and it will behave like on switch. And D2 is in reverse bias. It behaves like a off switch because it is in the reverse bias. So negative half cycle is gets rectified with the help of D2. It will come it will passes towards the inductor L. So inductor L allows only DC component from that output, and the remaining AC components is bypasses towards ground with the help of capacitor. So in this way we will get the rectification for negative half cycle also, and inductor allows only DC component at the output side. In this way the rectified output is gets filtered at the output side. Then in the bridge rectifier you can see that for the primary of transformer 230 volt AC input is connected, and for secondary the bridge connection of diode is connected. In series with that the inductor is connected, and in parallel with this circuit the capacitor, bleeder resistor and load resistor is connected. So during positive half cycle, diode D1 D2 becomes forward bias because it is in the forward becomes forward bias and it behaves like on switch. So positive cycle will get rectified at the output side. At that time D2 D3 and D4 is in reverse bias, so it will act as a off switch. So positive cycle will come near the inductor. It allows only DC components from that output, and the AC component from that output is gets bypassed to the ground with the help of capacitor. So in this way the positive cycle rectification and filtration is done at the output side. So during negative half cycle, diode D1 and D2 is in reverse bias. It will behaves like off switch, and D3 and D4 becomes forward bias. It behaves like off switch. So negative half cycle get rectified and it will come near to the inductor. So inductor allows only DC component from that output, and AC components will get bypassed to the ground with the help of capacitor. In this way we will get the DC output at the output of bridge rectifier with LC filter. So this is about LC filter. Now the next topic is Zener diode. It is the type of diode. Previously we have seen at the starting of the chapter PN junction diode, that is conventional diode. In previous lecture we have seen the diode construction, that is P type and N type semiconductor is connected together, then depletion layer is formed, then how recombination is done, and how that diode is biased with forward biasing connection, reverse biasing connection, and how diode behaves like on switch and off switch when it goes into forward and reverse bias. So that is all about PN junction diode. But the next type of diode is Zener diode. Zener diode is a basically voltage regulator diode. It is used as a voltage regulator. What do you mean by voltage regulation? So if there is any fluctuations in the supply voltage, this diode will provide only stable voltage at the output side, which is called as a regulation. So this type of diode is used in a voltage regulation process. Now this diode's construction is different. Different types of doping is done in this diode. So this diode will behaves smoothly, very smoothly in reverse conditions also. So we have seen PN junction diode in reverse bias. PN junction diode is behaves like off switch because it offers very high resistance in reverse biasing, and we will get very small current when diode is in reverse bias. To overcome that drawback, we have designed Zener diode. So doping is made, such type of doping is different type of doping is done in Zener diode. That's why in reverse biasing connection the Zener diode works very smoothly. It will provide good reverse current in reverse characteristics also. So it is also called as a reverse bias diode, and its basic property is provide stable voltage at the output side. That's why it is also used as a voltage regulator. So we can see that the biasing of Zener diode is done, and it is shown in the diagram. So positive terminal of the battery is connected to anode of the diode, and negative terminal of the battery is connected to cathode of the diode, which is called as a forward biasing of Zener diode. So forward biasing of Zener diode, whenever we increase the supply voltage, so the holes from the p-type semiconductor gets extra energy, as well as electrons from n-type semiconductor gets extra energy from negative terminal of the supply. So recombination will takes place, and diode will behave like on switch in forward biasing. So we will get a linear readings of current according to voltage. As we goes on increasing voltage, with that voltage currents is also starts increasing. So smooth operation will conduct, and diode is nothing but conducts like a conductor. So that's why it is on switch. So in forward biasing, voltage and current readings are very good. In reverse biasing of Zener diode, you can see the in diagram, positive terminal of the battery is connected to cathode of the diode, and negative terminal is connected to anode of the diode. So this is called as a reverse biasing of a Zener diode. When we increase the supply voltage, the electrons from n side is gets attracted towards the positive terminal of the battery, and holes from p-type semiconductor is gets attracted towards the negative terminal of the battery. So very less combination is takes place, but due to doping there is a large number of minority carriers available in Zener diode. Because of that large number of minority carriers, the very good current will starts flowing through the diode, though there is a reverse biasing conditions. It provides a kinetic energy to the diode. So number of minority charge carriers will help to flow the current through the Zener diode in the reverse biasing, right? So this is the reverse bias working of reverse biasing of Zener diode. Then VI characteristics of Zener diode is shown. You can see the forward characteristics. As we goes on increasing forward voltage, after some voltage the current will starts rising, and it will achieve the maximum peak reading. So at the voltage the voltage at which the current starts increasing or achieve peak value is called as a cut-in voltage. Also in reverse biasing, we see that there is a sharp cut-off voltage we have achieved. Initially we increase the reverse voltage. After that some voltage we will got the increased current. That voltage is called as a breakdown voltage. You can see that breakdown voltage is 3 volt to 200 volt. So the voltage at which current increases uh, and achieve maximum value is called as a knee point. So this is the characteristics, and you have to define what is cut-in voltage and what is knee voltage. So this is explained in notes also. Please go through notes and read what is the forward characteristics and reverse characteristics. Then application of Zener diode is given. It is used as a voltage regulator, it is used in a regulated power supply. Then protection circuit of MOSFET, clipping circuits, and in pulse amplifier. So this is all about today's lecture. Please go through notes, read it carefully, and if there is any doubt, please ask me. Thank you.